kick this Celtic session off. In this Celtic session, we're very ecumenical and liberal. Basically, anything to do with the Celtic tradition or anything tangentially related to the lands of the Celts or anything you want to do. So that's the three categories.
I'm going to do a druid ritual.
Oh, excellent.
I'm about to cry from the three-tiered relationship here.
So this is what we're going to do. We're going to start with Dave. I'm not going to number anybody because I don't do that. Usually numberless. Anyway, I will start with David. I will do Steve, then Rick. Oh, Steve joined us yesterday, Rick. He's entertaining man from Birmingham at the moment. That's Birmingham, not Birmingham. Just,
Right.
you know.
He's not from the jail, right?
That's Birmingham. So we're going to start with the David and go.
Leave me out. Leave me out. I'm just an audience today.
Okay, stay, and I'll add other people in as they come. So I am about to mute everybody and turn it over to Steve. Welcome everybody. Here we go. Mute all. Boom. Okay, David, all yours.
This is a category of song that is basically songs from Dublin. And songs from Dublin have a very distinct flavor to them, different from songs from other parts of Ireland. And the funny thing about this song, I've learned it many years ago, but it took me probably decades to decipher all of the Dublin slang that's in it. And I could explain what all these different words are, but it would probably take me longer to do that than it would to sing the song. So I guess I'll just go ahead and sing it. And if anybody's interested in what anything means, I can explain it after the fact. And it's called The Twang Man. I'll tell yous all a story. It's about a nice young man. When the militia wasn't wanting, he dwelt in hawk and twang. He had a beautiful maiden, as fair as any midge, and she kept a treacle billy depot one side of the Carlisle Bridge. Now another man came courting her, and his name was Mickey Baggs. He was a commercial traveler, and he dealt in bones and rags. He took her out to Sandy Mount to watch the waters roll, and he won the heart of the Twang Man's girl, playing Billy in the bowl. Well, when the Twang Man heard of this, he fell into a terrible rage, and he swore by the contents of his twang cart, on him he'd have revenge. So he stood in wait by James's gate till the poor old Baggs came up, and with his twang knife, sure he took the life of the poor old gather-em-up. So now you've heard me story, and I hope you'll be good men, and not go courting the Twang Man's mott or any other old hen, for she'll leave you without a brass farthing, not even your old sack of rags, and you'll wind up in the gutter then, like poor old Mickey Baggs.
A fine warning to you all to begin the day. So,
So if anybody has questions about anything that's in that song, I'll do my best to explain it.
Well, the face of David glaring out in that song was worth the price of admission. All right. So if you've got questions, you can write them down or send them to an unmarked postage postal box.
Put it on a paper airplane.
In Enniskillen, marked. Anyway, Steve is up next, so I'm going to mute everybody, and here we go. Here we go. Mute.
Steve.
Okay, it's all yours to
I'm unmuted. This is my little friend Toots. She lives down my shirt because she lives on blood, you know. So here's a couple of home pipes. Toots sometimes forgets the words to this, but we'll have to forgive her. She's young. Toots' cousin. Thank you.
Yay!
Delightful.
That was great.
Is yours a Langley by any chance? Ceramic?
This one's made of plastic.
Ah.
I used to have a pottery one, but I broke it.
There's a fellow in Northampton. He got a PhD, evidently, traveling the world, going to old music communities where they had the ocarina or the twin pipes or everything. Anyway, made some good ones. Good to hear an ocarina. So you have a fairly exotic range of instruments. So.
I have.
Yeah.
Excellent. All right, let's move on to Mary. Rick, believe it or not, is not going to say anything. What? Anyway, so we're moving on to Mary Jane. I will mute everybody. Oh, by the way, this is a 3-hour show, so there's plenty of room. Here we go, mute everyone. Okay, Mary Jane, all yours.
Thank you very much. I'm going to do another Tommy Makem and the Clancy Brothers song. It's called the Jug of Punch. And they said they learned it from an old Irish guy somewhere. I found it in a songbook that was published probably in the something like, I don't know, 30 years ago. I got it at an Irish festival. But I liked the way they do the tune and everything, and then they had some different words, and so I just went with their words rather than my songbook's words. One pleasant evening in the month of June, my heart. Even the cripple forgets his heart when he's stuck outside of a jug of punch. Even the cripple forgets his heart when he's stuck outside of a jug of punch. And if I get drunk, well, the money's me own. And if they don't like me, they can leave me alone. I'll tune me fiddle and I'll rustle me bow, and I'll be welcome wherever I go. Tooraloo, tooraloo, I'll tune me fiddle and I'll rustle me bow, and I'll be welcome wherever I go. And when I'm dead and in my grave, no costly tombstone will I have. Just lay me down in my native peat with a jug of punch at my head and feet. Tooraloo, 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 just lay me down in my native peat with a jug of punch at my head and feet.
Yeah, very nice song. Very nice song.
Very good.
I like all Tourelay diddly songs.
I do
Who needs words?
easier to learn the words that way.
If Paul Simon could do it, anyone could do it. So. Mrs. Robinson, yeah. Need another verse. Da, 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 dun, 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 dun. All right, it is my turn. That was lovely. I'm going to mute everybody. Here we go. All right. This is a new song to this group. It's an old song, but and I hope I'm not treading on any toes here, but on the local public broadcasting channel, they have this Irish singer called Daniel O'Donnell, and he's like the Pat Boone of Irish music. He has a lovely voice, and he sings nice songs, but he basically sings country and Irish. So he does country songs, Irish songs, and pop and gospel songs from the 1950s and 1960s. And he doesn't offend anybody. Well, there we go. And but his main crowd is the Branson crowd of people my age and older. So. Anyway, this is a great song that he does, and it's called Mary of Dungloe, Mary from Dungloe. And there's actually a arts festival in Northern Ireland, in the north part of Ireland, in Donegal. It's called the Mary from Dungloe International Arts Festival. It's kind of based on this song, and it's basically anyone that can get the spirit of this song, who's perceived to get the spirit of this song, becomes the Mary of Dungloe winner for the year. And it's a big pageant and all that kind of stuff. Anyway, the song was written in 1936 by a stonemason from Dungloe in Donegal to an old 19th century tune, and it's just a nice one. So we're trying to do it justice. Oh, then fare thee well, sweet Donegal, the Rosses angry door. I'm crossing the main ocean where the foaming billows roll. It breaks my heart from you to part, for I spend many happy days. Farewell to kind relations, for I'm bound for America. Ah, then, Mary, you're my heart's delight, my pride and my only care. It was your cruel father would not let me stay there, but absence makes the heart grow fond, and when I am o'er the main, may the Lord protect my darling girl till I return again. And I wished I was in Dungloe and seated on the grass, and by my side a bottle of wine, and on my knee a lass. I'd call for liquor of the best, and I'd pay before I go, and I'd roll my Mary in my arms in the town of sweet Dungloe. Oh, and fare thee well, sweet Donegal, the roses and Guido. I'm crossing the main ocean where the foaming billows roll. It breaks my heart from you to part, where I spend many happy days. Farewell to kind relations, for I'm bound for America. Alright, bit ropey on the low G's there, but I have alcohol to take care of that, so. Well, thank you very much. Okay, we now have the Hortons here, so excellent. We will have, yay! So you're up next. I will mute everybody. Here we go. Mute all. Boom. Okay, it's all yours.
Okay, we are sorry we are late. We went to the Belfast Sunflower Club last Thursday, a couple of days ago, and we heard some new songs. So we were busy on the internet trying to find the music to it, and then I was trying to arrange a medley because we heard 3 new songs we'd never ever heard before, or I'd never heard them. Jeff heard one of them, and we're trying to put them together and make an arrangement. And so I think I made the arrangement too complicated, and we're still learning it, but we're going to try to play it. Let me see what it is. This is what we're going to attempt. We're going to attempt to start out and play. It's like a trilogy. They're all Irish tunes. The first one is Heart of Oak, which is the British Royal Navy theme they use in UK, Australia, and New Zealand. And then in America, we stole it, and we use it as a revolutionary tune, and all we did was change the words. And then it was printed in, I've looked all this up on the internet after we heard the song. I thought, oh, I kind of like this, on the Boston Gazette in 1768. So it was right before the Revolutionary War. It's trying to inspire people, and it's against Britain, the words the Americans wrote. But we're going to play it the way the Brits do it, as Heart of Oak. So it's kind of like a little march thing. And then we're going to go from the march into this little song that someone sang called Minstrel Boy, which is an Irish patriotic song with the words by Thomas More poem, and it's to the tune of this Irish air called the Maureen, and it's also played by the British Army. And the Irish Americans who fought in the Civil War, they sang it because it was an Irish song they knew. And so then all the Americans started singing it. And of course, they changed all the words, but it's called Minstrel Boy. And we're going to do that. It's a real pretty song. We're going to do it a couple of ways. And then the third time we play it, we're going to attempt to go to the relative minor, if we can remember to change our key signature when we're playing it, to slow it down. And then to go into another military song called the Wounded Hussar, which was written in 1799, which is also an Irish song commemorating Irish soldiers who died in the service to other countries. And so the Irish Americans sang it, and the Irish who were fighting for the French, they sang it. And it's just, it's real popular in Ireland, in Scotland, and in the England, UK. And so, it's a slow air, and it's minor, and there's a whole bunch of different arrangements of music we found. And the lady that sang it, she did one that no one had ever heard before. We've arranged it the way I want to play it. So, and I've written all these intros and codas. I don't think we can play this. We're going to try it. So y'all will be the guinea pigs to hear this trilogy that we were just trying to figure out before we looked at the clock and go, oh my gosh, it's after 2. So we're going to try it. Okay. Liberty Minstrel. Okay. Can you push it up a little so my head's not cut off?
Hold on. Oh.
Here, I'll get. There we go. I don't want my head to be cut off. Okay. Okay.
All right. Let's see.
Liberty first.
All right.
Super.
Yes, thank you.
Beautiful.
That was lovely.
That was a lot of notes, a lot of
It's a
new
lot of
notes we never played.
Murky in the minor chords song, yeah.
I kind of remembered whether, because the first time you play F sharp, second time you play F natural. You play E natural the first time and E flat the second. It's kind of, it's
I was
just
trying
kind of
to
tricky when you go to those.
I was
without
trying to
writing it
follow
out.
along. Was that A minor, E minor, and what were you into there?
We started out in C major, and then we went to G major, and then G minor,
Mhm.
and then G minor again for the last song. So
Very nice.
anyway,
That's a different rendition of those songs. It's lovely.
thank you. We sure enjoy. We just love it when I just heard them. Anytime y'all play a song I like, I just write it down, and then I just Thursday night I just go, I gotta play these songs. They're so pretty, and I always like doing something new. So we'll do something old on our next turn.
Okay, that was great though. Okay, we're up to the top of the table again, and it's David. So I'm gonna mute everybody. Here we go. Boom. All right, all yours.
There's a folk song that's pretty well known among our crowd anyway. It's called Jordy. And it's sort of a lachrymose song the way most people do it. This woman is lamenting the fact that her husband has been arrested for poaching deer and he's going to be executed. And she's very sad about it. And the whole song's very sad. And even though she says that she would fight for him if she could, you know, it's pretty hopeless. Well, I encountered several years back a completely different version of this same song. It's basically the same plot, but the woman has a lot more agency in it, and the outcome is a whole different thing. I wondered for a long time where this different version came from, and it turns out that it was collected by Robert Burns, and he wrote it down in one of his many books. So it was originally notated by him in very broad Scots, but I've been warned not to try that. So this is an English version of his transcription of the song Jordy. Sorry. Gotta adjust this a little bit. There was a battle in the north, and nobles there were many, and they have slain Sir Jordy Hay and laid the blame on Jordy. Now he has written a long letter and sent it to his lady. It's you must come to Edinburgh town to see what news of Jordy. When first she looked at the letter on, she was both red and rosy. She had not read a word or two. She turned pale as a lily. This is a little bit high. I think I'll change the key. Low, I mean. When first she looked at the letter on, she turned pale as a lily. question, for she looked at the letter on. She was both red and rosy, but ere she read a word or two, she grew pale as a lily. Go fetch to me my good grey steed, my men shall all go with me, and I shall neither eat nor drink till Edinburgh town to see me. Then she has mounted her good grey steed, her men they all went with her, and she did neither eat nor drink till Edinburgh town did see her. When first appeared the fatal block, and then the axe to head him, and Jordy coming down the stair with bands of iron upon him. Though he was chained in fetters strong, of iron and steel so heavy, oh, not a one in all the court so fine a man as Jordy. She got down on her bended knee, I'm sure she's pale and weary. Oh, pardon, pardon, noble king, and give me back my dearie. Go tell the heading that make haste, our king replied full lordly. Oh, noble king, take all that's mine, but give me back my Jordy. The Gordons came and the Gordons ran, and they were stark and steady, and I the word among them all was, Gordons, keep you ready. An aged lord at the king's right hand says, noble king, but hear me, let her count out 5,000 pounds and give her back her dearie. Some gave her marks, some gave her crowns, some gave her dollars many, and she's counted out 5,000 pounds, and she's gotten again her Jordy. Dive in her Jordy's face, says, dear, I bought you Jordy, but the blood would have flowed on yonder green before I'd lost my laddie. Slaps her by the middle small, and kissed her cheek so rosy. The fairest flower of womankind is my sweet bonny lady.
Who said folk music couldn't do syncopation? Oh, come on now.
That's brilliant.
That's almost jazzy. Beautiful. Good version. All righty. We're going on to Steve and Birmingham, whoever. You're up next. I'm going to mute everybody. So here we go. Boom. All right, you're up.
I'm going to sing you my favourite Victorian parlour song, which for years and years I thought this song is. Oh, vision's going blurred again. I'm just gonna go off and go and come on again, off and on again. For some reason it keeps going blurred. For years and years I thought this song is so beautiful. It's got to have been written by somebody Irish. So one day I just looked it up on Wikipedia and found it was. Written by a chap called James Malloy and another chap called Clifton Bingham. So I'm going to do it with my musical saw. So I've got to do it 8 feet away from the microphone, otherwise the internet might explode. Once in the dear dead days beyond recall, when on the world the mist began to fall, out of the dreams which rose in happy throng, lo, to our hearts love sang an old sweet song. And in the dusk, when fell the firelight gleam, softly it wove itself into our dream. Just a song at twilight, when the lights are low, and the flickering shadows softly come and go. Though the heart be weary, sad the day and long, still to us at twilight comes love's old song, comes love's old sweet song. Even today we sing love's song of yore. Deep in our hearts it dwells forevermore. Footsteps may falter, weary grow the way, still we can hear it at the close of day. And to the end, when life's long shadows fall, love will be found the sweetest song of all. Just a song at twilight, when the lights are low, and the flickering shadows softly come and go.
Yep.
So though the heart be
Singer that you
weary,
like.
sad the day and long, still to us at twilight comes love's old song, comes love's old sweet song. Oh.
Yay! Well done, Steve. The working man's theremin. Waha!
Outstanding.
Sheffield steel, I assume.
Wonderful.
Swedish steel.
Ah,
It's a Sandvik saw. I got,
okay.
I got it from a Birmingham tool shop though.
One of our dogs was singing with the saw. She
Oh,
was just singing and
lovely.
singing, and it was so pretty. Ooh. She liked it. I liked it too.
That's the right range. That was lovely.
I had to file all the teeth off because I kept cutting holes in my trousers.
I understand.
Right. Well, Steve's only been with us for 2 sessions, but he's introduced more exotic instruments to this little group. Then, anyway, carry on, sir. Okay, Mary Jane, and then Lynn has joined us, and Lynn will be after Mary Jane. So, Mary Jane, it's all yours. I'm going to mute everybody. Here we go. Boom. All right, Mary Jane, all yours.
Okay. I'm going to do a traditional Irish song called Red is the Rose, and it seems to be related to Loch Lomond. My chords are different for the 2 songs, but the tune is pretty much the same. And apparently there was some disagreement as to which song was the oldest of the 2, but I had heard originally that Red is the Rose was older than Loch Lomond. So but there is dispute about that. But here it is. the valley. Clear is the water that flows from the Boyne, but my love is fairer than any. Come o'er the hills, my bonny Irish lass. Come o'er the hills to your darling. You choose the rose, love, and I'll make the vow, and I'll be your true love forever. Red is the rose that in yonder garden grows. Fair is the lily of the valley. Clear is the water that flows from the Boyne, but my love is fairer than any. 'Twas down by Killarney's green woods that we strayed, when the moon and the stars they were shining. The moon shone its rays on her locks of golden hair, and she swore she'd be my love forever. It's not for the parting with my sister Kate. It's not for the grief of my father. It's all for the loss of my bonny Irish lass, that my heart is breaking forever. Red is the rose that in yonder garden grows. Fair is the lily of the valley. Clear is the water that flows from the Boyne, but my love is fairer than any.
Very nice.
Thank you very much.
Very good. Now, I always thought Tommy Macon wrote those words, so I don't know. Maybe not. We'll put it out. We'll put it out in the Google world to see who wins with weight of evidence.
Yeah, well, his mother, he got a lot of songs from his mother, who
True.
picked him up from the countryside.
That's the best place to find them. Yeah. Okay. All right.
Mary Jane's capacity to play lots of instruments at once and sing as well, it never ceases to amaze me. Because I play nothing. So well
Steve is giving me a run for my money.
Well, Steve called you the Eric Clapton of kazoo players, so there we go.
Yeah.
All right, Lynn has joined us, so I've decided to put her in the schedule at this point. So let me mute everybody, and it's all yours. Here we go.
I have unmuted myself.
So I have to do it again. It's union rules.
Yep, I got it. Okay. I picked up this song yesterday because I'd heard it. I'd been meaning to sing it forever. So I did sing it yesterday for the first time. So I'm going to give it another go, because then that helps to bed it in, doesn't it? You know, when you're learning a song, you've just got to take it everywhere you go, haven't you? And keep singing it. So this is its second outing. So if it's not perfect, I'm sure you'll let me off. Right, Maha. So it's the Fields of Affirmation. By a lonely prison wall, I heard a young girl calling. Oh, Michael, they have taken you away, for you stole Trevelyan's corn, so the young might see the dawn. Now a prison ship lies waiting in the bay. Rye, the fields of Rye, where once we watched the small free birds fly. Our love was on the wing, we had dreams and songs to sing. It's so lonely round the fields of Athenry. By a lonely prison wall, I heard a young man calling. Oh, nothing matters, Mary, when you're free. 'Gainst the famine and the crown, I rebelled, they cut me down. Now you must raise our child with dignity. Lie the fields of Athenry, where once we watched the small free birds fly. Our love was on the wing, we had dreams and songs to sing. It's so lonely round the fields of Athenry. By a lonely harbour wall, she watched the last star falling, as the present ship sailed out against the sky. Sure she'll wait and row, hope and pray for her love in Botany Bay. It's so lonely round the fields of Athenry. Lie the fields of Athenry, where once we watched the small free birds fly. Our love was on the wing, we had dreams and songs to sing. It's so lonely round the fields of Athenry. It's so lonely round the fields of Athenry. We made it.
Good job. Lovely song.
Flying in.
Thank you.
Yeah, has some of the best lyrics to tell the whole story. For he stole Trevelyan's corn, so the young could see them on. No,
Yeah, I sang it yesterday, and a lady said to me that it's completely incorrect because Trevelyan was about a century and a half before the famine and etc. But someone else said, well then, but why let the facts stand in the way of a good song? So, so there you go.
I was a journalist. That's the whole point. The story was what was important.
Thank you.
Yes, I hate people who are overly rational and literal with art. It kind of misses the point. All right, thank you very much. I think I'm up next, so I'm going to mute everybody. I've done this one before, and I think I've told you, when I lived in, my wife and I lived in Hong Kong for several years, and there's a large Irish expat community there, and the folk society was dominated by very homesick second and third generation and first generation Irish folk. And that was one song they'd always sing, the Fields of Affirmation, and this was another. And I would try to do justice, although my low G seems to have disappeared from me since lunch. Hopefully it comes back. It's called Carrickfergus. I wish I walked in Carrickfergus only for nights Grand. I would swim over the deepest ocean, the deepest ocean, to be by your side. But the sea is wide and I can't swim over, and nor have I the wings to fly. If I could find me a handsome boatman to ferry me over to my love and die. My childhood days bring back sad reflections of happy times spent so long ago. My boyhood friends and my own relations have all passed on like the melting snow. I spend my days in endless roving. Soft is the grass and my bed is free. Oh, to be home now in Carrickfergus on the long road down to the salty sea. And in Kilkenny it is reported on marble stone as black as ink, with gold and silver I did support her, but I'll sing no more now till I get a drink. For I'm drunk today and I'm seldom sober, a handsome rover from town to town. Oh, but I'm sick now and my days are numbered. Come, oh ye young men, and lay me down.
Gorgeous, Stuart. I love that song. You know, I'd always thought of it as a man song. It's not, is it?
Well, it is really. Well, it's
Well, I mean, a handsome boatman. Would you be talking about the handsome boatman? I mean, I don't want to pry, but you know.
it's Victorian. It's Victorian. One version is handy boatman, but I'm not sure that's any better. But anyway, no, it's just the language. But it's such a sad song.
Oh, it's gorgeous. I love it. I love the sad songs best.
Yeah, me too. They make me happy. Irish blues. There we go. Okay, the Hortons are next. So let me mute everybody. Boom. All right, it's all yours.
Okay, we have on our stands what we played last Thursday, so we'll play what we played for the other group. We did a medley of Caroline songs, because everybody loves Caroline, and the Blind Harp Player. And we're going to start out, as our background, it's a couple of hills. It's kind of Irish. Shebeg and Shamor, which is two hills, and it's kind of an enchanted area. And in between the hills, there's little fairies and magical creatures. And so we're going to start with that one. And then we'll go into Fanny Power, which is he wrote for his friend Francis Power's wedding. So it's kind of like a little happy wedding piece you might hear at the reception. And the first one's just real relaxing, Shebeg and Shamor. And we'll do it again on soprano recorder and acoustic guitar. Okay, let's see if I can find where I put my instrument. I don't know where my instrument is. Wait a minute, I lost my instrument. Do you see it anywhere? It's so tiny.
No.
I don't know what I did with it.
The dog's got
Is
it.
it? You put paper stand on it?
Well, I can't find my instrument. Gosh, where'd it go? It's got to be on the desk somewhere. Oh, here it is. Here it is.
Can your husband tell a joke?
Okay, I finally found it. I put it behind the computer for some reason. It's so tiny, you know. Okay. Okay, hit it.
Yes, gorgeous. Thank you. Lovely.
Irish chamber music.
Thank you
Can't
very
beat
much.
Those are
that.
so old, they're from the 1600s.
Yeah.
Yeah. Can't keep a good melody down. Hello, Vincent. I have you up next if you are ready. I saw you pouring a pint, so I assume you're there. Yeah. I'm going to mute everybody. Here we go.
Vincent's here.
Okay, it's all yours, Vincent.
There, sorry, I wasn't muted. I was muted. It was down by Christchurch that I first met with Annie, a neat little girl and not a bit shy. She told me her father had come from Dungannon and would take her back home in the sweet by and by. And what's it to any man whether or no, whether I'm easy or whether I'm true? As I lifted her petticoat easy and slow, and I tied up me sleeve for to buckle her shoe. I wandered by Thomas Street down by the Liffey. The sunlight was gone and the evening dew grew dark. Along by Queensbridge and by God in a jiffy, me arms were around her beyond in the park. And what's it to any man whether or no, whether I'm easy or whether I'm true? As I lifted her petticoat easy and slow, and I tied up me sleeve for to buckle her shoe. Oh, from city or county, a girl is a jewel, and well made for gripping, the most of them are. But any young fellow is really a fool if he tries at the first time to go a bit far. And what is to any man whether or no, whether I'm easy or whether I'm true? As I lifted her petticoat easy and slow, and I tied up me sleeve for to buckle her shoe. So if ever you go to the town of Dungannon, you'll search till your eyeballs are empty and blind. Be you lying or walking or sitting or running, a girl like Annie you never will find. And what's it to any man whether or no, whether I'm easy or whether I'm true? As I lifted her petticoat easy and slow, and I tied up me sleeves for to buckle her shoe. There we go.
Good one, good one. Yeah, that's a classic. Well done. All right, we're at the top of the pile again. We go for another nearly 2 hours. Just warning you. And I know David will be here at the end, and so will I. So let's keep going on. And David's up next. I'm going to mute everybody. There we go. Okay, David, all yours.
As many of you know, there's a tradition in Irish song where the narrator of the song falls asleep, and he has a vision of a beautiful woman who represents Ireland. And these kinds of songs are known as ashling. This one somehow made it over to Georgia, and it was collected there. And it has an American flavor to it, even though it's definitely an Irish song. It's called Erin's Green Shore. One evening of late as I ramble on the banks of a clear purling stream, I sat down on a bed of primroses, and I gently fell into a dream. I dreamed that I beheld a fair maiden, whose beauty I'd ne'er seen before. She sighed for the wrongs of her country as she strayed along Erin's green shore. I went to her and I quickly addressed her, saying, "Fair maid, will you tell me your name, and why through this wild wooded country, in the midst of these dangers, you came?" I'm the daughter of Daniel O'Connell, from England I've lately come on. I've come to awaken my brethren who slumber on Erin's green shore. Her cheeks were like two blooming roses, and her teeth of the ivory so white. Her eyes were like two sparkling diamonds, though the stars of a bright frosty night. She resembled the goddess of freedom, and green was the mantle she wore, bound round with the shamrock and roses, as she strayed along Erin's green shore. In transports of joy I awoke then, and I found I had been in a dream. For this beautiful lady had left me, and I long for to slumber again. May the heavens above be her guardian, for I know that I'll ne'er see her more. May the sunbeams of glory shine o'er her, as she strays along Erin's green shore.
Lovely, David. Another of my favourite songs. Well done. Gorgeous.
Thank you. Thank you.
Great song. All right, very good. Let's move on. Steve is up next, and I will mute everybody. Okay, it's all yours.
Here's a couple of little Irish jigs that I've arranged for ukulele and feet. If I can. Oh, sorry. I put some new strings on this last week, and it keeps going out of tune. Let's try the other ukulele. This one doesn't sound so good, but it stays in tune. It's better.
Super.
Do you have more? I can read your lips. Okay. All right, let's move on to Mary Jane, and I will mute everybody. There we go. All yours, Mary Jane.
Okay. So I'm going to do a song called The Rare Old Times by Pete St. John. It was written sometime in the 70s. And Pete St. John's the same guy that wrote the Fields of Affirmation. So I just found that out recently. Anyway, this song kind of reminds me of all the people that are always moaning about Austin not being the same. You know, Austin used to have the Armadillo World headquarters and all these different music venues, and a lot of them have been bulldozed down, and just the bemoaning the fact that Austin is becoming a city. And this guy is singing about Dublin, so I could relate to it. Based on songs and stories, heroes of renown are the passing tales and glories that once was Dublin town. The hollowed halls and houses, the haunting children's rhyme that once was part of Dublin in the rare old times. Ring a rosy, as the light declines, I remember Dublin city in the rare old times. My name, it is Sean Dempsey, as Dublin as can be. Born hard and late in Pimlico, in a house that ceased to be. By trade I was a cooper, lost out to redundancy. Like my house that fell to progress, my trade's a memory. Ring a rosy, as the light declines, I remember Dublin city in the rare old times. I courted Peggy Dignan, as pretty as you please, a rogue and child of Mary from the rebel liberties. I lost her to a student chap with skin as black as coal. When he took her off to Birmingham, she took away my soul. Ring a rosy, as the light declines, I remember Dublin city in the rare old times. The years have made me bitter, the gargle dims my brain, 'cause Dublin keeps on changing and nothing seems the same. The pillar and the men have gone, the royal since pulled down, as the great unyielding concrete makes a city of my town. Ring a rosy, as the light declines, I remember Dublin city in the rare old times. Fare thee well, sweet Anna Liffey, I can no longer stay and watch the new glass case new chimes. I'm a part of what was Dublin in the rare old time. Ring a rosy as the light declines. I remember Dublin city in the rare old time.
Lovely. Singing along.
Good job. Now, maybe someone can solve the dispute. I saw Steve threw his hands up. The black student, is he an American black student from Birmingham, Alabama, or is he an English black student?
I don't know. I was just, that's one of the reasons I like the song, because of the black students stealing his girl away.
It's got to be an answer to this question.
It is black as coal.
Sure. Birmingham, England has got a very high black community. That's what it's well known for.
Okay, so that's how you interpreted the song, or?
And I wouldn't live anywhere else because I love this.
The man from Birmingham. Okay, well done, sir. All right, I see that Terry is back, so I'm going to slip Terry in. Well, let me slip Terry in so we get a male voice between the two female voices, just for the entertainment value. How about that? So, Terry, you're up next. Come back. Let me tell you, this program goes on. I hear it. Okay, I'm going to mute everybody and turn it over to Terry, who's always ready at a moment's notice. So, here we go. I'm sorry, I've lost my... So I think Terry must have control again. So.
Let me give it back to Stuart. That happens when the host leaves the meeting and then the host comes back. It's
I have been gazumped. Yes. Gazumped is the term, sir.
Yeah. Okay. Make host. There you are. Now you are the host again. Okay. And can I?
I'm having.
No, you have to mute all, not me.
Okay. I have a different window now. Okay, here we go. Mute everybody. There we go. All right. I think that's it. It's all yours, Terry. Mute yourself. You need to unmute yourself.
Oh, sorry. I was just saying this is a fine little group and I'm happy to rejoin it here. I'm running a little behind on my practice routine, and my Celtic repertoire is a little thin anyway, as evidenced by the fact that I do a lot of English songs, which are not Celtic any more than the American songs. But so here's an old one. This is a pirate song, and it's one of the two pirate songs that I do, the other being High Barbary, and this is Henry Martin, which you've probably heard. It's an old broadside ballad and was recorded by Burl Ives and Joan Baez and lots of other folks, but yeah, here it is. As I said, I'm a little behind in my practicing, so bear with me. There were were two brothers in merry Scotland. Merry Scotland, there were three, and they did cast lots which of them should go, should go, should go. And turned robber upon the salt sea. Thought it fell first upon Henry Martin. Uh-oh, original sound was off. Now it will sound more original. Lot it fell first upon Henry Martin, the youngest of all the three, that he should turn robber upon the salt sea, the salt sea, the salt sea, far to maintain his true brothers and he. He had not been sailing a long winter's night, and part of a short winter's stay, before he espied a stout lofty ship, lofty ship, lofty ship. Come a-biding down on him straightway. Hello, hello, cried Henry Martin, what makes you sail so nigh? I'm a rich merchant ship bound for fair London town, London town, London town. Please for to, would you please for to let me pass by? Pretty please. No. Oh no, cried Henry Martin, this thing it never could be. For I have turned robber all on the salt sea, the salt sea, the salt sea, far to maintain my two brothers and me. Lower your topsail and braid up your mizzen, and bring your ship under my lee, or I will give you the full cannonball, 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 and your dear bodies drown in the salt sea. Well, that's a pretty definite no. I'll do the guitar part one more time. Well, broadside and at it they went for nearly 2 hours or 3, till Henry Martin gave to her the death shot, the death shot, the death shot, and straight to the bottom went she. Bad news to old England came, that used to fare London town. There's been a rich vessel and she's cast away, cast away, cast away. And all of their merry men drowned.
Harry.
Well, I worked up the guitar arrangement to that the day before yesterday, so I hope it was okay.
Kind of good. All right, it is Lynn's turn. I'm going to mute everybody. There we go. Here we go. Mute all. Okay.
So as it's a Celtic session, I thought I would sing you a Gaelic song, Scottish Gaelic song. I can't remember if I've sung this before, but stop me if I have. I've got plenty of others. So this is the Kennedy Fraser version of the Ellis Gay Love Lilt, because then you'll be able to play along with it. If I sing the Megatrad version, you won't. So it's connected by Marjorie Kennedy Fraser for her volumes of the Songs of the Hebrides, all three of them, and Ellis Gay, which is the bottom end of the Hebrides. Okay. Ver mi ovano, ver mi ovani, ver mi smiha baronox to me. Shema geich afluchis voort, gaf mi koos des milem hin, gesenderan ik min tas van rokrak, gal mocheri, ver mi ovano, ver mi ovani, ver mi smiha baronoch to me. Namoch was ik charok jol, namof joren charo ak, rein do fox a molon, mi jolas and danje, ver mi ovano, ver mi ovani, ver mi smiha baronox to me. Fata shiaraki koin, shemo huan sakrush mochri, gumoluayan skachstoi, gamonualen gochir, ver mi ovano, ver mi ovani, ver mi smiha baronox to me. Gurtu moiga is morun, more yoluan zeneich, amogruayo karion, amochiora gadlon, ver mi ovano, ver mi ovani, ver mi smiha baronox to me. There you go. Sinead, thank you.
Lovely as always.
Thank you very much. I'm really sorry. I will have to leave you now. I think I'm about to actually physically hit the deck. I had reasons I don't really want to talk about. I had less than 4 hours sleep last night, which was not the intention. But you know, when you can't sleep, bad things happening in your brain and what have you. So worry. Anyway, Maha. So nice to see you all again. And
Thank
I'll
you.
try and drop in next time, maybe a bit longer, and try and drop in on Saturdays as well when it's possible. Anyway, thanks. Lovely to see you all. Stay safe. Eike Valley.
And
Always
may you
enjoy
have-
your presence. Thank you.
Thanks for
Thank you
coming.
so much.
Keep
Coming.
trying next time.
All right. Ladies and gentlemen, I think it's my turn, so I'm going to mute all. You will excuse me, my menu's gone really weird since Terry got back on the thing, so I'll talk to him about that later. The show must go on. This is, there are lots of Irish songs that I heard this from the Wolf Tones. I think they're a North American band, not sure, but they do a lot of kind of angry songs. This is kind of an angry song about the history and the sense of being enslaved for so long. It's called Only Our Rivers Run Free. When apples still grow in November, when blossoms still bloom on each tree, when leaves are still green in December, it's then that our land will be free. I've wandered the hills and the valleys, still in my sorrow I see a land that had never known freedom, and only our rivers run free. I drink to the death of her manhood, those men who would rather have died than to live in the cold chains of bondage, to bring back their rights were denied. Oh, where are you now that we need you? What burns where the flame used to be? Are you gone like the snows of last winter, and will only our rivers run free? Dee 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 dee. How sweet is the life, but we're crying. How mellow the wine, but we're dry. How fragrant the rose, but it's dying. How gentle the wind, but it sighs. What good is in youth when it's aging? What joy is in eyes that can't see? When there's sorrow in sunshine and flowers, still only our rivers run free. When apples still grow in November, when blossoms still bloom on each tree, when leaves are still green in December, it's then that our land will be free. There you go.
Sure.
Yes.
Excellent.
That song was written by a man called Mickey McConnell,
Okay.
and he come from South Armagh, but he's now living in the Stole. But I'm sure you've heard of the group, the Boys of the Loch.
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
his brother Cahill plays the flute and sings in that group.
Okay. Cool. Good.
And
Good.
his last composition was a song called Little and Aldi. The two supermarkets here, and he sung a song about them. You know, very good songwriter.
Thank you for that in-depth knowledge you have there, Vincent. Appreciate it greatly. All right, the Hortons. There we go. We're gonna mute everybody. Mute all. All right. All yours.
Okay, well, we changed our background. We got a real calm scene because we want to play a Gaelic lullaby, Hush the Waves. And we've already played it, so the waves are already hushed because there was a big storm coming. And this is the lullaby the mom sings in Gaelic. Or no, this song doesn't have any words. She just sings it on Lou. So I'm going to just play what the lady sings. Okay. I think we put all the dogs to sleep.
Yeah, that was kind of gorgeous. Beautiful. What was the name of that one again?
It's called Hush the Waves.
Do you know who wrote it by any chance? Or?
It's one of our favorite little pieces.
Ah.
Last time we had a basset hound barking when we played, so we thought this time we'll play something so they won't bark.
Yeah. Beautiful. All right, all right, all right. Okay, it's Vincent's turn again. I'm going to mute everybody. Here we go. Mute all. Boom. All right, all yours. Okay, I need to unmute Vincent. There we go.
There we go. It's a long, long time since I've sang this in any session now, so I'm going to give it a go again tonight. Oh, brother, our captain shook his sword across the sea, rolling glory on the ocean. I had a mind, oh, brother, would make an earl of me, rolling glory on the ocean. So I shut me eyes on woman, forgot their sturdy hips, and yet I stuffed me pocket, be playing on their lips. But before I gave them bundles, I quickly took the ships, rolling glory on the ocean. Out there we fought with cutlass, with blunderbuss and gun, rolling glory on the ocean. With boarding and with broadside, we made the Dutchman run, rolling glory on the ocean. Then down among the captains in their greenskin shoes, I sought for you, O Bruda, and got but little news, till I shook him by the hand in the Bay of Santa Cruz, rolling glory on the ocean. O Bruder said kindly, you're a flesh blade from me, oh, rolling glory on the ocean. So come among my captains and to Achelbach we'll go, rolling glory on the ocean. Although those Spanish beauties are dark and not so dear, I'd rather taste in mayo with April on the air. Some bracing tender females, so swing your canvas here, rolling glory on the ocean. There's no man, said a stranger, whose hand I'd sooner grip, rolling glory on the ocean. Well, I'm your man, says Bruda, and you're aboard my ship, rolling glory on the ocean. They drank to deeper friendship and ocean roguery. You rowed ashore together, but between yourself and me, we found old brother dangling within an airy tree. Ghost in glory on the ocean. There we go.
There we go.
Thank you for that. That was great. All right, we're approaching the last hour for you marathoners out there. So, always the hardest one. So let us carry on with top of the line. It's David. I will mute everybody. Here we go. Okay, David, all yours.
This is a
Sorry, I messed you up. Please unmute again.
okay. This is a poem by A.E. Housman called The Oracles, and it deserves a little bit of an explanation. It's from the point of view of Leonidas, the leader, the Spartan leader of the 300 at Thermopylae, who first goes to the Oracle of Zeus on Dodona Mountain and gets no response. So he goes to the Oracle of Apollo at Delphi, and they tell him that he's not going to make it out of this battle. And he goes anyway. And before they get all killed, they comb their hair so they'll look nice. And the tune is Willie O. Winsbury. 'Tis mute the word they went to hear on high Dodona mountain, when winds were in the oaken shaws and all the cauldrons told. and mutes the midland navel stone beside the singing fountain, and echoes list to silence now where gods told lies of old. I took my question to the shrine that has not ceased from speaking, the heart within that tells the truth and tells it twice as plain. And from the cave of oracles I heard the priestess shrieking that she and I should surely die and never live again. O priestess, what you cry is clear and sound good sense, I think it, but let the screaming echoes rest and froth your mouth no more. 'Tis true there's better booze than brine, but he that drowns must drink it. And oh, my lass, the news is news that men have heard before. The king with half east at hand. I'm sorry. This refers to the Persian Xerxes. The king with half the east at heel is marched from lands of mourning. Their fighters drink the rivers up, their shafts benight the air. And he that stands must die for naught, and home there's no returning. The Spartans on the seawall rock sat down and combed their hair.
That was interesting.
Nobody else is singing that one.
Well, it's a catchy tune.
This week.
Always makes me think of the Wicker Man every time I hear it.
Yeah. All right, that was great. Little poetry in it. We missed our poets this week, so it's good to get some in there, David. Well done. All right, Steve, you're up next. I'm going to mute everybody. Here we go. Mute all. Okay, it's all yours.
This one is a real cheat because it's a song that I wrote, but I wrote it to an Irish tune called the Belfast Polka. It's a song about changing attitudes. So if you don't like the opinion that's voiced in the first half of the song, then you will like the opinion that's voiced in the second half of the song, and vice versa. One fine day, my true love said to me, oh, would I like to raise a little family of one or more, or even 2.4 or 8 or 9 if I could spare the time. Babies, babies, oh me God be jabies, I think I would rather catch a dose of rabies, tonsillitis, arthritis, baby 0 children, we must draw the line. It feels much natural to be made a bachelor, I think I'd rather do that than become a father. Don't like nappies or little baby crappies, I don't want a kid, not for 10,000 quid. Babies smell and they wet on you as well, and they never use the loo when they do their number 2s. If you want to go visit the pub, you need a babysitter, a qualified childminder before you can have a pint of bitter. Darling dear, no wait, no fear, oh rightly, wrongly, I cannot press the point too strongly. No, 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 51,000 times so. No, I said, look, I'm shaking my head. Babe, no way, doesn't matter what you say, not tomorrow, not today, for the answer will be nay. I would have you to believe the answer's in the negative. I can't because I just don't want. But oh me soul, how true love's took its toll. We soon were married, though we were still on the dole, and 1 month after, with lots of love and laughter, we'd a little baby for to cuddle and hold. When the child was born, and I saw my little son, the spitting image of me, just as handsome as can be, not a monster after all, but just like me, only small, little Steve without a beard, nothing like what I'd feared. And babes are lovely, really heaven abovely. I like babies, take him round to show the neighbours. Here's our junior, growing up, and soon you'll be a big lad as handsome as your dad. Proud I am, walking round pushing a pram. I'm contented, smug and happy, washing pals and mucky nappies. Babes are so adorable, can we have some more of them? I want more, I want the other 1.4. Top.
Oh, me, I thought I was going to do a ukulele duet there, but
Original songs are future traditional songs. That's the way it is.
original songs are on.
Anyway, that was great. Very good. Very good indeed. Can I just ask when you wrote that? When did you write that song? I mean, how many years ago was that?
1986 I wrote it.
Oh, really?
I might have been 85.
All right. Round then. Okay.
Before
great.
I ever became a father.
Ah.
Right.
Before I
The
was ever
babies in
married.
question are quite big now.
It was an anticipatory song. I see.
Patriot song. Yeah.
I like both parts of it.
Oh, that's nice.
All right. We're moving on. Mary Jane. Let me mute everybody. Here we go. Boom. Boom. It's all yours. Oh, you need to unmute.
There. I'm going to do a Robert Burns song, and it was written over a period of time from 1791 to 1795. It's about his friend Willie Stewart, and so it's kind of addressed to his best friend, and it's kind of an adulation or, a tribute, I guess, to his best friend. You're welcome, Willie Stewart. You're welcome, Willie Stewart. There's ne'er a flower that blooms in May that's half so welcome thou art. Come bumpers high, express your joy. The bowl we must renew it. The tappet hen, yea, bring her fin to welcome Willie Stewart. You're welcome, Willie Stewart. You're welcome, Willie Stewart. There's ne'er a flower that blooms in May that's half so welcome as thou art. Though foes be strong and friends be slack, their action must they rue it. May woman on him turn her back that wrongs thee, Willie Stewart. You're welcome, Willie Stewart. You're welcome, Willie Stewart. There's ne'er a flower that blooms in May that's half so welcome as thou art. A flower, it grows, it fades, it falls, and nature cannot renew it. But worth and truth, eternal youth will give to Willie Stewart. She whose arms enfold thy charms possess a loyal and true heart. To her be given to ken the heaven she holds in Willie Stewart. You're welcome, Willie. a flower that blooms in May, that's half say welcomes now.
Ah, best Scottish pop songwriter ever. Well done.
Yeah, it's a strange, upbeat Robert Burns song.
That's cool. All right, Terry, you are up next, and I will mute
Yeah,
everybody.
yeah, small group.
Here we go, mute all. Boom.
Okay, so I must set Rainbow the Quiet Bear free. There he is. He's my banjo mute, and kids in first day school named him Rainbow the Quiet Bear. So I'll get myself in noisy mode here. Okay, let's see. This is a song that I got from the Wattersons, and like most songs from the Wattersons, it really should be performed with 4 voices instead of 1. So you all must sing along and harmonize nicely, even though I can't hear you. I'll know that you're doing it. Oh, I like to rise when the sun she rises early in the morning. I like to hear them small birds singing merrily along their leyland. To ride for the life of a country boy and a ramble in the new morning. In the spring we sow and the harvest mow. That is how the seasons go. Of all the times that choose I may, it'd be rambling in the new mown hay. In the winter day when the sky is gray, we hedge and ditch our lives away. But in summer when the sun shines gay, we go rambling in the new mown hay. In the winter when the sky is gray, we hedge and we ditch our lives away. Summer when the sun shines gay, we'll go rambling in the new mown hay. For I like to rise when the sun she rises early in the morning. I like to hear them small birds singing merrily along their leylands. It's a run for the life of a country boy and a ramble in the new mown hay. Now sing this part. I like to rise when the sun she rises early in the morning. I like to hear them small birds singing merrily along their leylands. And it's a run for the life of a country boy and a ramble in the new mown hay.
The unbound banjo.
Huh?
The unbound banjo.
Yes, they play a lot of banjo in Yorkshire, you know, and
Yeah.
so it
Well-
makes it authentic, you see.
Yeah, play with the instruments you got. Those Clancy boys brought back all those Bulgarian instruments that quickly got adopted into the Irish scene.
Well, yeah, if you can play bouzouki in Irish music, you can certainly play the banjo.
Yeah, the banjo would fit right in. All right. Moving right along. I believe it is I. So here we go. Mute all. Boom. All right. This is one about the 1798 Irish Rebellion. Liam Clancy and the Clancy brothers do a great version of it, and one another theme about being enslaved. This is a strong theme in the Irish tradition. The Croppy Boy. 'Twas early, early, all in the spring, the birds did whistle and sweetly. Let me start over. 'Twas early, early, all in the spring, the birds did whistle and sweetly sing, spreading their notes from tree to tree, and the song they sang was old Highland Free. 'Twas early, early, early in the night, the yeoman cavalry gave me a fright. The yeoman cavalry was my downfall, and taken was I by Lord Cornwall. 'Twas in the guardhouse where I was laid, and in the parlour where I was tried. My sentence passed and my spirits low, when to Duncannon I was forced to go. As I was walking past my father's house, my brother William stood at the door. My aged father stood at the door, and my tender mother her hair she tore. As I was walking past Wexford Street, my own first cousin I chanced to meet. My own first cousin did me betray, and for one bare guinea swore my life away. My sister Mary heard the express. She ran downstairs in a morning dress. 5 500 guineas I will lay down to see my brother safe in Wexford town. As I was walking up Wexford Hill, who could blame me to cry my fill? I looked behind and I looked before, but my tender mother I'll ne'er see more. As I was mounted on the platform high, my aged father was standing by. My aged father did me deny, and the name he gave me was the Croppy Boy. It was in Duncannon that this young man died, and in Duncannon this young man lies. And you good people that do pass by will say a prayer for the Croppy Boy.
Stuart,
Yo.
you see that there? Look,
Yeah, the
that
Croppy
there,
Boy,
that's the painting of the Croppy Boy.
the short hair.
That was the Englishman that dressed up as a priest
Yep,
and got his confession,
yep,
and that's how they convicted him.
yes.
That's
Well,
on
that's
there.
well, that was a sad song, but I think Vincent can do better. So, hey, you're up next. Here we go.
Me?
Yep. Let me mute everybody. Here we go. What? You, yeah, you're still unmuted there. I mean, still muted. Sorry.
I see. I'm going to go completely out of the box.
Okay. Cool.
I don't know what genre you would put this into, but it's a song that I heard a long time ago. I thought it was lovely, and it's Lyle Love It. So I'm sure you all know it, Lyle Love It. If I had a boat, I'd go out on the ocean. And if I had a pony, I'd ride him on my boat. And we could all together go out upon the ocean. I said, me upon my pony on my boat. And if I were Roy Rogers, I'd sure enough be single. I couldn't buy myself to marry an old Dale. Well, it'd be just me and Trigger. We go riding through them movies. Then we'd buy a boat down on the sea, we'd sail. If I had a boat, I'd go out on the ocean. And if I had a pony, I'd ride him on my boat. And we could all together go out on the ocean. I said, me upon my pony on my boat. That mystery masked man was smart. He got himself a Tonto, 'cause Tonto did the dirty work for free. But Tonto, he was smarter, and one day said, Kimo Sabi, well, kiss my ass, I bought a boat, and I'm going out to sea. And if I had a boat, I'd go out on the ocean. And if I had a pony, I'd ride him on my boat. And we could all together go out on the ocean. I said, me upon my pony on my boat. And if I were like lightning, I wouldn't need no sneakers. I'd come and go wherever I would please. And I'd scare them by the shade tree, and I'd scare them by the light pole. But I would not scare my pony on my boat out on the sea. If I had a boat, I'd go out on the ocean. And if I had a pony, I'd ride him on my boat. And we could all together go out upon the ocean. I said, me upon my pony on my boat. There we are.
Very good.
Terrific. Yeah, love it. It's big in Austin and Houston nearby because he did his kind of strange but wonderful singing.
It's great. Now, Marion just arrived, and so she did. And if you want her to sing, she's available.
Please, is she ready right now, or should we come back?
She's ready right now.
All right, that's what I like about showbiz people.
I'll turn this round. Back. Right.
I must away now. I can no longer tarry. The morning tempest I have to cross. I must be guided without a stumble into the arms I love the most. And when he came to his true love's dwelling, he knelt down gently upon the stone, and through her window he whispered lowly, as my true lover within at home. Wake up, love. It is thy own true lover. Wake up, love, and let me in. For I am tired, love, and oh so weary. And more than this, strange to the skin, she raised her arm, her down soft pillow. She raised her up, and she let him in, and they were locked in each other's arms, until that long night was past and gone. And when that long night was passing over, and when the small clouds began to grow, he's taken her hand and they kissed and parted. Then he saddled and mounted, and away did go. I must away now. I can no longer tarry. The morning tempest I have to cross. I must be guided without a stumble into the arms I love the most. Thank you.
Excellent.
One of my favorites. Thank you, Marion. That's great.
Love it.
All right, David, we're getting the last 30 minutes nearly there, so let me mute everyone and it's all yours. Boom, boom. There we go.
Okay, here's another poem for you. It's probably the last one John Keats ever wrote before he went to Rome because of his tuberculosis. Unfortunately, he never recovered and died in Rome at a young age. And it's called To Autumn. I know it's technically still summer, but in a little over 2 weeks, it's going to be autumn. So I'm not jumping the gun by too much. I picked two different tunes to work with this poem. The first one's called The Haunted Hunter, and the second one's called The Lakes of Pontchartrain, and I sort of alternate them to give it a little bit of variety. Season of mists and mellow fruitfulness, close bosom friend of the maturing sun, conspiring with him how to load and bless with fruit the vines that round the thatch eaves run. To bend with apples the moss cottage trees, and fill all fruit with ripeness to the core, to swell the gourd and plump the hazel shells with a sweet kernel to beset budding more. With a sweet kernel and still more later flowers for the bees, until they think warm days will never cease, for summer has o'erbrimmed their clammy cells. Who hath not seen thee oft amid thy store? Sometimes whoever seeks abroad may find thee sitting careless on a granary floor. My hair soft lifted by the winnowing wind. On a reap, on a half-reap furrow, sound asleep, drowsed with the fume of poppies, while thy hook spares the next swath and all its twined flowers. And sometimes like a beater thou dost keep steady thy laden hand across a brook, or by a cider pressed with patient look. Thou watches the lads losing hours by hours. Where are the songs of spring? Aye, where are they? Think not of them. Thou hast thy music too, while barred clouds bloom the soft dying day, and touch the stubble plain with rosy hue. And in a wrathful choir the small gnats mourn. Along the river sallows borne, aloft or sinking as the light wind lives or dies, and full-grown lambs loud bleat from hilly bourne. Hedge crickets and hedge crickets sing, and now with treble soft the redbreast whistles from a garden croft, and gathering swallows glitter in the skies.
All right. Keats. There you go. Died too young. All right. It is Steve. Steve, and I will mute everyone real quickly here. All right. All yours, sir.
This is one that I used to sing a lot years and years and years ago, and then I just tried to remember it, and I found out I forgot most of it. So I've taken the very unusual step of writing myself out a little crib sheet. Very rare I do that. Near Banbridge Town in the county down, one morning last July, down the boring green came sweet Colleen, and she smiled as she passed me by. Well, she looks so neat from her two bare feet to the sheen of her nut brown hair. Such a coaxing gal, sure I shook myself to be sure I was standing there. From Bantry Bay up to Derry Quay, and from Galway to Dublin town, no maid I've seen like the brown Colleen that I met in the country down. town. She'd a soft brown eye and a look so sly and a smile like the rose in June. As she hung on each note from a lily white throat as she lilted an Irish tune. As her eyes she'd roll, she could coax by me soul a spud from a hungry pig. From Bantry Bay up to Derry Quay, I'm Galway to Dublin town. No maid I've seen like the brown colleen that I met in the county down. At the harvest fair she'll be surely there, so I'll dress in me Sunday clothes. When me shoes shone bright and me hat cocked right for a smile from the nut brown rose. No pipe I'll smoke, no horse I'll yoke, till we plough with rusterns brown. Till a smiling bride by me own fireside sits the star of the county down. From Bantry Bay up to Derry Quay, I'm from Galway to Dublin town. No maid I've seen like the brown colleen that I met in the county down. I thought I could remember the middle verse, but obviously I couldn't, so I haven't written down.
One for improvisation in there.
Ah, yes.
But you got the rhythm.
I learned that off the late great Vin Garbett. I learned that off.
Ah, yeah, Vin Garbett. I seen Vin Garbett perform in the Hong Kong Folk Festival, I believe.
Oh wow!
Back in early 91, 92. Anyway, very good. Let's move on to Mary Jane. Here we go. Muting. Boom. All right, it's all yours, Mary Jane.
Okay. I'm going to do John Barleycorn because it's harvest season and I wanted to make sure I got it done sometime during the fall. So this is kind of the Steve Winwood version, but as I understand it, Robert Burns adopted this song. He liked it so much that he made it part of his group of songs. But it is an English song. Originally, it dates back to the 1500s. There were 3 men came out of the west, their fortunes for to try. And these 3 men made a solemn vow, John Barleycorn must die. They plowed, they sowed, they harrowed him in, threw clods upon his head, till these 3 men were satisfied. John Barleycorn was dead. They let him lie for a long, long time, till the rains from heaven did fall. And little Sir John sprang up his head, and so amazed them all. They let him fly till the midsummer's day, till he looked both pale and wan. Then little Sir John grew a long, long beard, and so became a man. They have hired men with the sight so sharp to him skin from bone. And the miller, he treated him worst of all, for he ground him between two stones. Here's little Sir John as a nut brown bread and whiskey in a glass. And little Sir John as the nut brown bread proves a stronger man at last. For the huntsman, he can't hunt the fox, nor loudly blow his horn. And a mother can't feed her family without a little barley corn. And a mother can't feed her family without a little barley corn.
The traffic version.
Yeah, I changed it up a little bit, some of the words, but just a few. But I was trying to do what they did with a ukulele and a kazoo.
Yeah.
Good job.
It's a great pagan story about the Green Man and resurrection, all that good stuff. Anyway, great job. Okay, Terry, you are up and next. I will
Okay.
mute everyone. Here we go. Boom, boom. It's all yours.
Okay, so here's a great example of folk process. This is an old Irish ballad, which this is Bob Dylan's version of it, which, he got the song from his girlfriend and came up with this. Well, I've been around this old country and I never yet found Fenario. Well, as we march down, to Fenario, well, the captain fell in love with a lady like a dove, and her name it was Pretty Peggy O. Well, what will your mama say? What will your mama say? What will your mother say, Pretty Peggy O? What will your mother say to know you gone away? You're never, never, never coming back, yo. Come running down the stairs, come running down the stairs, come running down the stairs, Pretty Peggy O. come run down the stairs, coming back, yellow hair. You're the prettiest damn girl I ever seen, yo. The lieutenant, he is gone. Lieutenant, he is gone. Lieutenant, he is gone. Pretty Peggy, oh. Lieutenant, he is gone, long gone. He's riding down to Texas for the rodeo. Well, our captain is dead. Our captain, he is dead. Oh, our captain, he is dead. Pretty Peggy, oh, yes, captain, he is dead. Died for me. He's buried somewhere in Louisiana. Oh,
Good one, good one, good one.
I tried to stay faithful to the original. The girlfriend in question was, of course, Joan Baez. It's not verifiable that they had a relationship, but it is verifiable that she was a girl and a friend.
Yeah, he had a few of those.
And he treated her with complete abusiveness, which we know now is not atypical, even by the standards of those times.
She was a much
Stole
better
her songs and mucked them up.
She was a much better guitar player than he was. He never never forgave her for that. So, okay, I think we can squeeze everybody in and then finish pretty much close to time. So, I will take it from here. Here we go. And this is a song by Stan Rogers called "The House of Orange." And it's the last song he wrote, I believe, and it's his only Irish song, I believe, and it's about a guy getting a knock on the door in the late 60s in Canada, and there's someone there raising money, I think, for the IRA, and he's just had it with his former homeland and created a whole new life for himself in Canada, wants nothing to do with either the Protestants or the Catholics or the Troubles. Anyway, this is a great song he wrote about that. I took back my hand, took back my hand, and I showed him the door. No dollar of mine would I part with this day, for fueling the engine of a bloody cruel war. In my forefathers' home far away, who fled the first famine, wearing all that they owned, were cold navigators all ragged and torn, and built the Grand Trunk here and found a new home, wherever their children were born. Their sons have no politics, none can recall, allegiance from long generations before, or this or that name can't matter at all, or because enough for the war, and meanwhile my babies are safe in their home. Unlike their pale cousins who cower and cry, while kneecappers nail their poor dads to the floor, and teach them to hate and to die. It's those cruel beggars who spurn the fair coin, the peace for their kids they could take at their will, since the day old King Billy prevailed at the Boyne. They've bombed and they've maimed and they've killed. Now they cry out for money and wail at the door. Home rule or republic, 'tis all of its shame, and a curse for us here who are nothing of war. They're kindred in nothing but name. All rights and all wrongs have long since blown away. For causes are ashes where children lie slain. Yet the damn UDL and the cruel IRA will tomorrow go murdering again. But no penny of mine will I add to the fray. Remember the Boyne, they will cry out in vain, for I've given my heart to the place I was born. I've forgiven the whole house of Orange, King Billy and the whole house of Orange. Or something like that.
Plague on both your houses.
All right, now we got time for Vincent and Marion, or just Vincent, whoever's there, but it's your turn. And here we go. Mute everybody. Boom. Okay. So I need to unmute one more time. I need to unmute one more time, Vincent. I hit the button as you were unmuting.
There we go. My William sails on board the tender, and where he is I do not know. For 7 long years I've been constantly waiting, since he crossed the Bay of Biscay. One night as Mary lay asleeping, a knock came to her bedroom door, saying, "Arise, arise, my dearest Mary, for to gain one glance of your William O." Young Mary rose, put on her clothing, and to her bedroom door did go. And there she spied her William standing, his 2 pale cheeks were white as snow. Oh, William dear, where are those blushes? Those blushes I knew long years ago. Oh, Mary dear, the Coldplay has them. I am only the ghost of your William O. Oh, Mary dear, the dawn is breaking. The time has come for me to go, and I must leave you quite broken-hearted, for to cross the Bay of Biscay. If I had all the gold and silver and all the money in Mexico. I would grant it all to the King of Erin, for to bring you back my William O. There we go.
Ah, I gave me the chills, that one, Vincent. Gave me the chills. In a good way.
Right, here, Marianne, here now.
Here's Marion to finish us off. Thank you.
Yes. That all right there?
It was in and through the window broad, and all a tearly weary o. The sweetest kiss that e'er I got was from my dainty Davy. Oh, leash me on your curly pow, dainty Davy, dainty Davy. Leash me on your curly pow. You're my own dear dainty Davy. It was done among my father's peace, and underneath the cherry trees. 'Twas there he kissed me as he pleased. He's my own dear dainty Davy. Oh, leash me on your curly pow, dainty Davy, dainty Davy. Leash me on your curly pow. You're my own dear dainty Davy. When he was chased by a dragoon, into my bed he laid his doom. I thought him worthy of his room. He's my own dear dainty Davy. Oh, leash me on your curly pow, dainty Davy, dainty Davy. Leash me on your curly pow. You're my own dear dainty Davy. Thank you.
Now,
Lovely, lovely, lovely.
for a moment there, we heard Vincent and Marion singing harmony. It was very short, but I would really love to hear more of that. Just a thought to leave with you.
That's for next week, next month. Well, thank you everybody for coming. Time is up now. It's been a great session as always. And we're going to finish with David taking us out with the parting glass and a little jig. David.
Yes, it's called Happy to Meet and Sorry to Part. Oh, all the money that e'er I had, I spent it in good company. and all the harm that I ever did. Alas, it was to none but me. And all I've done for want of wit, to memory now I can't recall. So fill to me the parting glass. Good night and joy be with you all. Oh, if I had money enough to spend and leisure time to sit a while, there is a fair maid in this town who sorely has my heart beguiled. Her rosy cheek and ruby lips, I own she has my heart in thrall. So fill to me the parting glass. Good night and joy be with you all. Oh, all the comrades that e'er I had, they're sorry for my going away. And all the sweethearts I ever knew, they'd wish me one more day to stay. But since it falls unto my lot that I should rise and you should not, I'll gently rise and I'll softly call, good night and joy be with you all. I'll gently rise and I'll softly call, good night and joy be with you all. Good night, everybody. Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Night,
Hi, good night, everybody.
Saturday.
And I will hit the button right now.
Hasta la vista, baby.